Okay, I know Cantor Manny is here. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos to each and every single one of you. It has been a very interesting week. I have been watching. Here's what I have learned. Here's what I've learned this week, and it has nothing to do with the Parsha. Trust me, I've been following soccer all week. I've been watching the World Cup. I'm absolutely obsessed, and it's interesting because I didn't watch soccer before, maybe just a week or two ago. But I'll say this: every single time I stare at the TV, okay, and the clock is turning and turning and turning and turning, and I think to myself, it's done, and it's never done. It's never done. It's the only rule I've taken away from our games today. Both games today ended in penalty kicks. And I'll say both games ended in penalty kicks because a goal was scored at almost the last minute. And I'll say this: it's not over until it's absolutely over. That's what I've learned. That is my takeaway from soccer. That is my takeaway from life, right? Even when you think, oh, it's done. They're going home. It's done. It's set in stone. It's not. It is unreal because the reason why the goals get scored in the last minute is because it takes only an instance to let your guard down. It takes only an instance to let something happen to allow that goal to happen, right? It's only at the very, very end, the end of the end, when every single player on the field is exhausted, that's when the magic happens. And it's really incredible and intense. And quite honestly, it's been wonderful watching it. And my takeaway always has been, I'm always like, the last 5 minutes, I'm like, the game has been boring. I'll walk away. And every single time I've done that, like something happens and I'll come back and I'm like, oh my God, what did I miss? Why did I walk away from it? And so I've taught myself to just stay through till the end, right? And that is my
God.
energy coming into Shabbat this evening. I don't know why I said this morning. You ready, Cantor Manny?
Yes.
All righty.
I don't know. I'm not getting any thing on my mic. Hello? A little bit. Hang on 1 second.
We hear you.
Yeah, I need it more. I need more.
We need more. I don't need more. I'm loud enough. Shabbos.
Okay.
Can I have a request?
Yes.
Can we begin tonight? Can we start with Shalom Aleichem?
Shalom.
Yeah. Like how how they start elsewhere.
These are friends we haven't seen in a while.
Hi guys.
This is our new rabbi. This is Rabbi Aaron.
How you doing?
Did you know we had a new rabbi?
No.
Say, surprise.
Hi.
Your kids have grown up. I haven't seen them. Can you tell me introduce everybody to us? Clara. Benjamin. That's my twin brother's name. That's a good name.
Good Shabbos. Shabbat
Welcome.
Shalom.
We're happy to have you. Shalom Aleichem, Rich.
Thank you.
I think we can find the page.
It's right there in the beginning. It's
Yeah.
always near, I think it's before like L'chadodi. It's right there.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'll find the page. Rak rega.
I found it. 142.
142. All right, everybody. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem. Malakei Hasharet. Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech. Malakei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boakem leShalom, Malakei HaShalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Malakei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barkuni l'shalom, Malakei HaShalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malakei HaShalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seidchem l'shalom, Malakei HaShalom, Malakei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malakei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Beautiful.
That was it.
That was it. Request granted. That was it. That was a good idea. Okay, now what are we going to do?
Really? Do you know Shiru Ladonai Shichada Shiru Ladonai?
Yeah, but don't we do it? You want to do the candles?
What's up?
Want to do the?
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Folks,
Candles and Kiddush.
I've had a cold all week. My brain, you could have taken it elsewhere. I had to be. So sorry.
He's getting married in a few weeks.
I'm getting married. She's like, candles and Kiddush. I'm like, oh yeah. Desiree and John, if you would come and join us. Oh, you have a big game tomorrow morning, don't you?
You know, last week we had a bat mitzvah here, and I had an aliyah. I had to do the blessing over the Torah, and he called me up hachatan. That means the bridegroom.
I said
no,
a
chazan. I said, I've been a chatan. And a chazan.
I did. That was a Hebrew Freudian slip.
Yes. Yeah, okay.
I'm impressed that Hebrew is that well ingrained in my mind that I made that slip of a tongue.
No, that's good. It's fine.
It's better than other things.
Yeah.
All right. Page 120.
No, I'm very challenged.
You're what?
The challenge with this.
Oh,
Rabbi, you want to do it for her? I think she's like.
I got you. Oh, I love lighting things on
I'm not good at
fire.
barbecues either.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love fire.
Okay.
Please.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner v'tzivanu lahadlik ner v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Good Shabbat.
Oh, I've never heard that. I think
That's
I
the
have.
most special candle blessing we've had here. That was great. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Baruch atah Adonai
Page 122.
Eloheinu melech haolam
Borei
Pari HaGofen. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon in kilanu zikaron l'mahaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techilah למקראי קודש, זכר לציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת kodsheka b'yahava u'b'ratzon hinkaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim tovim.
L'chaim tovim.
L'chaim, l'chaim.
Tomorrow, England and France.
I know. England and France tomorrow is what you just said. I'm really excited. There will be Shabbat stock at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. But the game will also be very, very important. How many wins in the World Cup is England? One win for England in the World Cup? 1966. It's amazing. It's amazing how few countries have actually won the World Cup. Brazil 5 times. Thank God they got knocked out today. I'm kidding. I can't say that here. No. Amazing team.
I root for the Philadelphia Phillies.
All right.
That's it. And Bob's a Cubs fan, and I'm not a soccer fan. Sorry. Baseball.
We give it up for all.
Yeah, we're all
sports fans.
inclusive. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of sports, right? I'm not gonna say her last name correctly. Griner.
Oh yes. Now you said her name. She's home.
Griner. She came home today. What an interesting piece of sports and geopolitics. That's what I find actually most interesting about the World Cup, right? Is watching a country like the U.S. face Iran, right? Like, forget what's happening, like, behind the scenes. Let's focus on soccer between these two countries. I think it is amazing. And that's why I think sports are sometimes a blessing to all of humanity, because it's amazing that these two teams, right, these representatives of two different countries can come together and play sports with each other. I think it absolutely blows my mind in a place like the World Cup, and I think we see it in the Olympics, right? When we imagine in our heads and we know, right, we're following the news and we know all these different things are happening across the world, politically, culturally, right, that are sparking interest in us. And then we see these two teams, right? We see these countries go head to head, not in a sense of war, but in sports, right? Where there's a winner, where there's a loser, right? Where there are rules, where there are players, where you're running, there's a ball, right? These are physical objects that really place us in space and time in that area of sports. And I think it's so interesting going from the geopolitical sense and the sports sense and seeing how these teams and these countries interact with each other. I find it fascinating. And that's it. I'll write a thesis later on. But for now, it's Shabbat. Where are we going? What are we doing?
See, like you find that fascinating. I find the feature race at Gulfstream fascinating.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
The horses.
Oh, the horses. The
Susim.
The Susim.
Again.
Oh, I love it.
But I mean, it's all good.
Hey, the Susim are that's a different kind of luck and style, my friend.
Well, that's a sport where the athletes pay the spectators.
That's interesting.
If you can use your brain and figure it out. Anyway. That's it. Enough of that. Let's go to page 128. We're going to sing Hine Matov. Rich, that melody that I liked. Number 2, you see it right there. Okay, top of the page. Here we go. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Yalalai, la 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 la. Hine Matov, Hine Matov. Yalalai, la 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 la. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad, hine ma tov, yalalai, la 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 la, hine ma tov. Now I found an English translation. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity, in unity. Ya la 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 la, in unity, in unity. Ya la 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 la. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity, in unity. Ya la 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 la. Hine ma tov, hine ma tov. Ya la 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 la. I actually found that on YouTube yesterday, and it's the exact translation. It really is. It's the exact translation.
2 thumbs up. I loved it.
Thank you.
It's funny. I went to school with a wonderful rabbi who was able. So as she would chant, she would not only chant the Hebrew, but she would chant the English with the trope. It was quite interesting to hear.
She would chant.
It was like,
she would chant the Torah in English.
And Moses spoke right to the people of Israel and would say to them, "You shall." Da, da, da. It's interesting.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So did the kids do the bar and bat mitzvah like that too?
No. She just would do it. She would actually do it as she was chanting. She would chant the line and then would do it again in the English.
You know what? I could do
same
that.
trip.
I've never thought of doing, but I could do that.
Oh, okay. It wasn't
never
a
know.
challenge.
1 week, you never know.
It wasn't okay.
You know, I had a bat mitzvah girl a few years ago. I think I said more than a few years ago, about 10, 15 years ago, where she was not learning the chant that I was teaching her. And she said, "What's the difference? Nobody knows." And she was making up her own melody. She was a little too smart for her own good. But I told her, no, that every word has a specific melody to it. And they say it goes back to Mount Sinai, which means we don't know exactly who started, but there is a symbol, for each word. So they have to be chanted.
Yeah, welcome to Judaism, folks. We know enough to know that you're wrong.
Okay.
There's enough that we know when we're in boundary and out of boundary. No,
Yeah.
but I will say this: every single time, every single week, I am absolutely enamored and quite taken away that each and every week, children, right, these 13-year-olds. Are coming up here and they're chanting Torah. And I think to myself, where else do you see that? Where else do you see in other places in our society where 13-year-olds come up and not only take a position of leadership, but the position of leadership, and come up and chant beautifully every single week without fail? It absolutely is so amazing.
You're right.
I am always so very, very impressed.
Very nicely said. Okay, we're going to go down to the page 128, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful today is. Shabbat Shalom. We can all sing. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafe hayom Shabbat Shalom. Page 129, we'll go 2 songs from the bottom. I see my friend Moshe from Baghdad. So when I see him, I say, I'm going to sing this song. This was sung by the Jews of Baghdad. Ki Yishmeru Shabbat. When I keep Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Here we go. Ki Yishmeru Shabbat El Yishmereini. Ki Yishmeru Shabbat El Yishmereini. Oti li'ol meyad Veino Veini. Oti li'ol meyad Veino Veini. Ki Yishmeru Shabbat El Yishmereini. Ki Yishmeru Shabbat El Yishmereini. Oti li'ol meyad Beino Veini. Oti li'ol meyad Beino Veini. Page 130, Psalm 95, Lachuna Ranana. Lekuneranina, 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 Ladonai. Lekuneranina, 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 Ladonai. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, nikad mafanav betodah. Naria, naria, litzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lekuneranina, 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 Ladonai. Lekuneranina, 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 Ladonai. Let's go to page 138, Lecha Dodi. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
What version?
Let's do the jazzy version, Rich. All right, a little jazz tonight. Or, I don't know what you call it. This is a great melody. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nikabala. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nikabala. La, 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 lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nikabala. Lecha, lecha, dodi, likrat, likrat, kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nikabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmi'anu el ha'miuchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'shem tiferet v'letehi la 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 lecha dodi likrat likrat gala. Penei penei Shabbat nikabala. Let's hear it.
Lecha, lecha dodi, likrat, likrat kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nekabela.
Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha. Ki mikor habracha. Merosh mikedel nesucha. So ma'aseh b'machshava techi la 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 lecha dodi likrat likrat kala. Penei penei Shabbat nikabela.
Lecha, lecha dodi, likrat, likrat kala. Penei, penei, Shabbat nekabela.
Hitoreri, hitoreri. Ki ma'oreh kumi ori. Uri, uri, shir daberi. Kavod Adonai alaikni gala la 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabala. Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabala.
Please rise, and we face towards the back entrance.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola tokemune am segula boi kala
Back around.
lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabala. Lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabala. La 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 lecha dodi. Likrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabala. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Okay, page 140. Psalm 92, the Psalm for Shabbat. We'll go down 11 lines. Ma gadlu ma'asecha, Adonai ma'od amku machshavotecha. Translation, in the middle of the page, how great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. We change one word here. Magadlu ma'asecha ya. Another one of God's names. Magadlu ma'asecha ya. Me'odamku makshavotecha. Magadlu Mahasekaya Me'oramku Makshivoteka Magadlu Mahasekaya. Everyone can sing with me. Me'oramku makshivoteka magadlu mahasekaya me'oramku makshivoteka. I love that melody. Okay, we're going to 144 for the Kaddish. Yitkadav, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabha, Be'amadi v'rakirute v'yamlik malkute, Be'kayekon u'vyomekon, u'kayedekol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, Bagala, U'izman Kadri V'Imeru.
Amen.
Yesh Me'Rabba Mevorach, Le'olam Ulam Me'amaya.
Yitbarach.
Yitbarak V'Yishtabak, V'Yitpahar V'Yitromam V'Yitnasei. V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, Shemei Dekudesha,
Brichu.
Le'ela min kol berchata, v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran b'yama v'imru. Amen.
Please rise for our Baruchu, page 146. And whoever,
Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Bareku et Adonai HaMevorach. Bareku et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Ya la la, ya la la la.
Ya ra ra ya ra ra ra.
Ya la la, ya la la la. Ya la 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 la.
You may be seated, and we find ourselves on page 148. And the reason we do is because we have so many young people in our audience today who have a bar or bat mitzvah coming up. And so this is a great time to practice some Hebrew on page 148. In the Hebrew, thank you. I'm listening to all of you in the audience, even those who have also had a bar mitzvah. Okay? It's a good time to practice some Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chochma poteach sha'arim uvitbuna mishanei itim umachalif et hazmanim umetzader et hakochavim b'mishperotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla Golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi laila, uma'avdil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai tzavaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 150 in the English. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 152 is where you can find our Shema, and I ask you now to please rise.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malkuto Leolam Va'ed.
Page 155 is where you can find us next. Please be seated and join with me. Love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or you are rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They're reminders to do all my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Page 158.
I think we'll do the regular Mechamocha, Rich. I didn't feel it.
It's all about feeling.
Mikamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha neda b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osei fele, Nora tehilot, osei fele. Malkut tekara uvanecha, Bokea yam lifnei Moshe Miriam, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai Malok le'olam va'ed, Adonai Malok le'olam va'ed, Mikamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mikamocha neder b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osei fele, Nora tehilot, osei fele.
Page 160 in the English. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up, our guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haparei sukat shalom aleinu, v'lekolamo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. All right, page 162. We have a lot of hand motions going on in 1, 2, 3, 4 rows coming up. I will expect all of you to find yourselves on the front end of our bima this evening.
Come on up.
Come on. Y'all have all the energy. And yes, and if that's your choice. Okay, that's your choice. We have some almost grown men in the back, some almost bar mitzvah folks, all right? Almost. Is this everyone? Are we collected? Okay, yeah. Send us your children. Is this everyone?
I think that's it.
Okay. Is everyone all right? Do we need to find some space? Guys, there's lots of space.
We got some new talent
here.
this week, too.
Scoot. Great. Everyone have lots of room for the arms, okay, for one of these and one of these. Big stomps, all right? Everyone know how to big stomp? Okay, big stomp for me, one time. Okay. All right. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. I think we're ready.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay.
I think it's like our initiation, right? It's like, come on, you're a child. You don't really know what you're doing. Come up here and make gestures that you've never seen before. Sure, yeah, come on. It's hard. It's hard. I will say it is hard. I want to give a special shout out to every single human who came up on our bima tonight. Let's give them a round of applause, folks.
Benjamin, thank you. Clara,
It
thank
takes so much courage to come up on a bima and to pray and do these motions in front of people. It is hard, and I appreciate all of the input. Thank you all for helping us bring prayer and Judaism and liveliness and song and spirit with us into Shabbat tonight. Page 164 is where our Amidah begins, and we rise.
It's okay. It's okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rakel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanor Ha'el Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zoker Chazdei Avot V'Imahot U'Mei V'Gula Livnei V'Reihem Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mekayem Metim Atah Rav Lehoshia Mashiv HaRuach Morid HaGashem Mekakel Chayim B'Chesed Mekayem Metim Berachamim Rabbim Somek Noflim B'Rofech Olim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Mikamo Kabal Gevurot Umidom Melach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua B'ne'emanat al hakayot metim Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei ha-metim. You are holy, your name is holy. And those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
You may be seated. We continue now. We're on the top of page 179, and after we finish, we're gonna skip Shalom Rav tonight, and go right into our Misha Berach.
Okay.
Page 179 is where you could find us. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate amongst the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. We now turn to our prayer not only for peace of nations, of people, but our prayer for peace of self, the health and the renewal of body and of spirit. And this week we think especially of, give me one moment, Barbara and Joel Slackman, Brenda Osteen, and Linda Coslin. And if there are names you'd like to add to this list, please feel free to do so as my eyes or my hand meets yours. We'll go across the room. Thank you. The physical, not the mental. Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, I have a few names. I want to say Misha Berach tonight for Patrick Williams, for Phyllis Handler, Franklin Hecht, and for my Ach Ta'um, my twin brother. He had a hamstring pull today. Not fun. Ooh. Yeah. Benjamin Silver. All right. So here we are, page 371, everybody, in the middle of the page. Misheperach avotenu mekor habraka leimotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habraka lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I want to say one more. Bob, I was thinking of you the whole time we did that prayer. I'm sorry I didn't say your name. Yeah, Bob's amazing. He was hit by a guy driving a golf cart a few weeks ago. And look at this guy. No big deal.
I mean, was it your playing? Like, why? I'm kidding. I'm joking.
He was out in front of his home, right? And the maintenance guy, hit him on the golf cart.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy. I saw the bruises. I'm happy you're feeling better.
Bob's a really chazak.
Okay.
Very strong.
Well, let us find strength in the strength that you have demonstrated today. Thank you. Happy birthday. We wish a wonderful happy birthday to Adele Wasserstrom, Lisa Steinberg, Barbara Miller, Randy Peretz, Susie Lewis, Ellen Schinder, Jacob Jacobovitz, Jen Bergman, and happy birthday to Alexis Lazarovic and Eliza Pilai. And happy anniversary. We wish you all the love and tenderness and warmth that love can bring to Linda Scharf and David Silverstone, Alexandra and Adam Friedman. Happy, wonderful anniversary. Folks, my words of Torah tonight are very, very quick. They're not long at all. Tonight we find ourselves in Parshat. Anyone know? Vayishlach. We find in this parsha, there's a lot of shalaching, and shalach means to send. This portion, and the one we entered last week, really in the time of Jacob, there's a lot of sending. There's a lot of messaging and messengers. There's a lot of angels, right? Last week, Jacob encountered angels going up and down a ladder. Always sending. And who are these messengers from? Who are they issuing from? They issue from none other than God. But there's always so much messaging going around. And every time I read this parsha, I think to myself, why couldn't have God come down God's self, right? God has no problem doing that. But there must be a reason that there are this type of messaging service that happens between God and the people on the ground that God is communicating with. That all of these angels and all of these messengers must mean something, because Jacob does exactly the same thing. Just like Jacob is visited by messengers, right? These angels going up and down. So too, Jacob also sends messengers ahead of the way, because Jacob is about to do the incredible. He's about to apologize to his sibling. And if you've ever apologized to a sibling, you know that it takes, a shot of vodka and a slap in the face to get moving. It is not easy. And Jacob knows that. And so he sends all of these messengers ahead of him. He sends his entire family to Esau before he ever gets there. So before Jacob even arrives to his brother to apologize, to embrace him, he sends out his family. He sends gifts. He sends all sorts of stuff, all of these messages, all of these messengers for him, until finally he meets his brother. Jacob encounters his brother Esau, and they hug. It's great. It's like a Lifetime movie. It's beautiful. All right. They embrace. They cry. And what does Jacob say to Esau? When he looks him straight in the face, he says, "Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God." And I find it so interesting. He says, seeing your face is like seeing the face of God, because, as I just mentioned, there are messengers of God. And for Jacob, seeing the human-to-human contact that he had just experienced, for him, that was like getting right there from God. And so from our parsha, I've learned that there's two different ways that we interact in the world. There's two different ways that we communicate. And I know there's not just two different ways, but for tonight, go with me in the delineation of the binary concept that there are two different ways. Okay? There's indirect communication, and there's direct communication. The indirect communication we see all over Torah. Because just before Jacob goes and meets his brother, he gets another kind of communication, this time from an angel. Anyone know what the angel does? He wrestles. Oh, these kids know their Torah. I love it. Okay. They wrestled together.
Beautiful.
They wrestled together. But is it God who wrestles Jacob? It depends. Because really, who does it say that wrestles Jacob? Not God, but the angel. The angel wrestles with Jacob. And so we have in the story of Jacob, there's always vayishlach, there's always sending. There's always these messengers. Messengers going ahead of him to speak to his brother. Messengers that are these angels that are going up and down the ladder. It wasn't that God said, hey Jacob, by the way, this place is holy. All right? He did that with Moses. God had no problem saying to Moses, hey Moses, take off your sandals, holy land. By the way, no. For Jacob, he had to experience this whole angels going up and down the ladder, and he had to interpret for himself that, oh my God, God was here. These are all different messages. But then the other type of message that we send is direct message. The things that we do, panim el panim, face to face. And we both know that a text message and an email, they have their place. And there are moments that we are so reliant on the indirect messages we sell, and then there's the direct messages. And just that we learn with Jacob when he says to his brother Esau, face to face when they finally see each other, seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. Which is to say that yes, there are times to send indirect messages. And there are times to send metaphors. There are times we send gifts and letters and emails. I just wrote you one for your anniversary. Happy anniversary. Right? There are times that we send because his anniversary isn't until the 31st, the day that I'm getting married. Right?
That's my birthday.
But I wrote the letter today. And guess what? It doesn't appear until I'm sure Jackie's going to send it out right before your anniversary. And that's an appropriate thing to do. But there's also face-to-face communication. As we move into this week, I'm reminded that there are two ways that we operate, that there are times for indirect communication, and that there are times just like Jacob, right? There are times for the angels. There are times that we wrestle with angels. There are times that we experience things that need interpretation. There are times we write things that are semi-cryptic, pieces of romance, gifts, things that we send that have a meaning. But then there are times where we communicate face to face. And just like for Jacob and Esau, whenever we do that, whenever it's direct communication, as Jacob mentioned, it's like seeing the face of God. It's really there. And so as we move into this week, I hope that you will keep in mind, there are times that we need to communicate directly. As Esau, right, as Esau mentioned to his brother, he's like, listen, you brought caravans, you brought this, you brought that, like, enough of it. Like, dai kavar. Like, it's enough. Thank you. Like, you've sent enough gifts. Because what Esau told his brother is, what I really want to see is you. Like, I don't want to see, like, your whole family. I don't want the indirect. I want the direct. And so as we move into this week, let us be mindful that there are times to send indirect messages and there are times to send direct messages. And just know that it's important that when we are direct, that we are clear with people, that is really where God shines, where our messages are clear, where our thoughts and our ambitions and our intents, when we're clear, God is in those interactions. And that is all I have for you tonight. Shabbat Shalom. We find ourselves on Aleinu, page 586, and we rise as we open our ark doors.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתקבים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo Echad.
Page 598 is where you can find us next for the Mourner's Kaddish. This week, we certainly remember the 6 million who perished in the Holocaust, as well as Marcia Akron, Abraham Bart, Isaac Benwitt, Rosalie Diner, Julius Dunn, Michael Erickstein, Michael Friedman, Al Gerson, Aaron Gertner, Meyer Goldberg, Ike Goldfein, Stanley Greenberg, Elsie Gurowski, Marion Kittner, Maurice Lapidus, Abraham Leavitt, Joseph Levine, Juliet Lieber, Deborah Luderman, David Miller, Anna Moss, Audrey Pagel, Irving Press, Rebecca Price, Charlotte Rose, Jeanette Rothman, Herbert Schoenfeld, Bertha Sloan, Harold Steinberg, Sarah Stillman, Jean Talisman, Harry Tashkin, Richard Tuch, Charles Wiener, Samuel Wapnowitz, Sylvia Weinberg. If there are names you'd like to add to this list, please feel free to do so as either my hand or my eyes meet yours as I scan across the room.
Sylvia is my grandmother.
Did we say her name?
Yes.
Okay.
Cantor?
Okay.
No. Do you have anyone?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'omad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chai echon v'yomei v'chai dechol beit Yisrael b'agalav yizman kariv v'imru amen Yehei shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam olomei amaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yitalal, shemei dekudesha b'rechu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'asei shalom, aleinu v'kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Zichronam livracha. May all of their memories be for a blessing. It is my pleasure to invite, you may be seated, it is my pleasure to invite Sharon, our board president, up for just a few announcements to let us know what's going on in the next few weeks.
Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. We have such a nice group. And I thank you, Rabbi, and Cantor, and Richie, as I always like to do, for such a beautiful service. And David for working the cameras upstairs so our friends at home have a good experience. I want to welcome all the kids because it always makes it more lively, it always makes it more fun, and we've got a whole room full tonight. It's great. It's wonderful. I also want to thank Desiree and John when they accepted my invitation to do the blessings. Desiree asked me if there was anything in particular, and I said, you read what you want, you say what you want. There are paragraphs, there are, different people doing different way, and you brought us a new melody. And it was lovely. So thank you. Thank you. I always try to time what I have to say so I don't take too much of your time. But that was an ad lib because I didn't know that until tonight. And I have another one. Jeff Jacob, our executive director, who's been with us for a bit better than a year, certainly knows the synagogue, knows the sanctuary, knows his prayers. But he's also a musician, for those of you who don't know. And from the time he came here, often when we talked about the bima, he would refer to the stage. And often when he talked about the congregation, he would refer to the audience. And I've been trying to persuade him and to remind him and get in the habit of talking about the bima and the congregation. And Rabbi, tonight I have a problem because either I've been mistaken in insisting that he refer to the congregation, or I should have been leaving it alone because you referred to the audience twice tonight.
Are you calling me out or are you calling Jeff out?
I'm calling myself out. I don't know.
Okay, I just like make fun of either one of us, but just be specific.
I'm making fun of myself. I'm not sure I've done the right thing for over a year, trying to remind him of not the stage but the bima, and not the audience but the congregation. Tonight I'm confused. Anyway, moving on. The bima flowers tonight are sponsored by Sisterhood. Tomorrow morning there is no Torah study, but at 10 a.m. we have Shabbat Stock, our once-a-month Shabbat morning service out on the front lawn. And remember, it is dog and kid-friendly. There's great music by Jewgrass Revival, which is led by our JLC director, Barb Siegel, and our executive director, Jeff Jacob. And we get a rap of our Torah from Rabbi Aaron.
Yeah, I rap once a month. No, it's not a joke. It's, and they're written very well, but not by me. I have a ghostwriter. It's true.
They've been a lot of fun, and I can't wait till tomorrow. We also have bagels and cream cheese. We also have gourmet coffee and orange juice and yoga, and it's just a lot of fun, so everybody is welcome. On Sunday at 9:30, it is the last JLC before the holiday break, so I don't know where the time's gone. Following that at 12:30 is youth group. Now is the last chance to order latkes online till tomorrow. It's cut off then. Also on Sunday, Brotherhood is sponsoring an event that is open to everyone, not just to the brothers. It is Top Golf in Miami Gardens. It's from 10:30 until 1:30. It is an extravagant brunch, 3 hours of group play on their multi-level driving range, but it's not the usual. It has been explained to me. The focus is really on the fun, so think more mini golf, windmills, that kind of thing, though it's all done in a virtual way. It's instead of serious golf. And you can still sign up. The link, again, is in trending. Wednesday at 6, during Cantor Manny's usual class time, Adult Ed is presenting the musical history of Israel with Dr. Alan Mason on Zoom. The link is in trending. And for this presentation, no password, no passcode will be necessary. Thursday at 9, we have Morning Minyan with bagels and coffee. 10:30 is Temple Bethel Book Club. Both of those are here in the building. Next Friday, Shabbatini at 6 p.m. Shabbat service here and online at 7. And next Sunday, December 18th, which is the first night of Hanukkah, we will have our annual Light Up the Night from 6 until 8. We light our giant Hanukkah menorah, our Chanukiah. We have games, we have music, we have activities for the kids, fun for the adults. Admission is free. Food tickets are available to buy online for a very minimal donation. The link, again, is in trending. And I want you to save the date, December 24th. The traditional Christmas activity for Jews is Chinese dinner and a movie. It is at 5 o'clock. It is the first Hallmark Hanukkah movie ever produced. It's called Love Lights Hanukkah. It is $25 per person for the dinner and for the movie. And again, the link is in trending. The Sisterhood gift shop has new items for all ages, including for Hanukkah. You can stop in. You can shop online. The link is in trending and on our website. And if you've noticed that I've been repetitive, if you've noticed the theme, you're missing out if you're not going to trending. You should be opening and reading it every week. And if you're not receiving trending, call the office to be sure you're subscribed. By the way, if you are getting our emails, you had 2 chances this week to see a video that was included. And it's too bad they're not here tonight to take a bow. I hope maybe they're listening. I do want to publicly thank our new marketing and design coordinator, Ruchama, for producing and directing this video, our office administrator, Jackie, for her excellent performance, and our executive director, Jeff, for really being a good sport and taking one for the team, so to speak. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, you got to see it. And if you don't know where to find it, I'll be happy to let you know. I'll be happy to show you. Hamotzi's on the bima. The oneg's in the chapel. Is the gift shop going to be open? By request. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, by request. Our rabbi wants us to sing Oseh Shalom. So that's a good request, okay? So it's on the bottom of page 180, everybody. Oseh Shalom, Rich. Let's all stand. Let's all sing.
Please rise.
A beautiful song for peace. Oseh Shalom Biroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'yimeru, Yimeru, Amen. Oseh Shalom Biroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'yimeru, Yimeru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen.
If you would, please help us.
We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said.
Children, come hither.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. He's fast. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
All right, guys. That's it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. I have to get that little melody from you. Hold on. We got to get that melody. That was a good one.